Here's something you may have missed on Michiana's Morning News.
We're talking with my good friend Alan Stewart over at the Hall of Heroes Superhero Museum 2.0. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Now, there comes a time in every great comic character's life where there's a reboot of some kind, a fresh look, a fresh coat of paint on the old gal, as it is, and that's exactly what you've done with the Hall of Heroes.
It is. We're actually we're in a much larger space. We're kind of twice the size of the old space. So yeah, it's pretty amazing. I'm a little exhausted from the 15-hour days the last couple of weeks, but it's coming together.
And now your grand opening event at the new location on Cassopolis Street is coming up on Saturday at 10 o'clock, correct?
Yep, 10 to 5, and we're going to have some celebs here. We're going to have Red Brown, the original Captain America actor, will be here. People can see the new museum. They can see the new stuff we've added, including new Hollywood props, our arcade area, our birthday party room. We've got the Tony Stark garage set. We've got the Batcave set. All the artwork's on display. And we're also going to have Mia Bronston, who plays Wonder Woman in a lot of our events. She's Envy the Green Fairy, nationally known cosplayer. And then we're going to also have Scott Roseman here as well from Marvel, DC, Cartoon Network, and Walt Disney.
And Scott's a great guy, and everybody should have a chance to meet him and see a really, really quality artist who's right from our part of the country, which is even cooler.
Yes. And he's from Muskegon.
Yep, and because it's a bigger space, pretty much everything made the trip except the bat pole.
Yes, the bat pole will, but it's not here yet. So
right.
We will be planning on putting a bat pole in the Batman area, but that will not be done before the grand opening. That'll be after. We're 90% done. We got a few things we have to do afterwards, like the TV. It's going to go in the birthday party room and the bat pole, and just a couple of things here and there. But it's mostly done. For
the benefit of those people who have never been to the Hall of Heroes Museum at the old place and are looking forward to finally checking it out for themselves at the new location on Cassopolis Street in Elkhart, what can they look forward to when they walk through the doors?
Well, when you walk through the doors here at the new location, you've got the front counter, gift shop, and then the arcade area. And then in the arcade area, we have classic superhero pinball and arcade machines that are playable. Mm-hmm. And then you'll first come down the Marvel side, and you will be greeted by a 9.5-foot-tall Incredible Hulk, a life-size Hulk, which is pretty intimidating and amazing for photo ops. And then you will see our Golden Age timely pre-Marvel stuff, and you'll see the Captain America #1 from 1941. You'll see a couple of shelves in that case dedicated to Stan Lee, who filmed the Superfan show here, helped us become a national-level museum. Mm-hmm. So we owe him a great debt. And then also Alan Bellman, who worked with Stan during the Golden Age era of comic books and helped work on the Captain America comic books during the Golden Age era. Alan actually is an honorary board member of our museum, and there's a lot of things that he donated to our museum, as well as a lot of letters to him from Stan that will be on display that folks have never seen before. And then you'll go into the Silver Age era of Marvel, and you'll see all the first Marvel comics on display together. And then you'll come across, then you'll go down the rest of the aisle, and you'll see the Marvel stuff. You'll see Red Brown's Captain America costume from the 80s movies that's never been seen before, so that's a new addition. And, of course, you can meet Reb himself here. And then you'll see a lot of artwork on the walls that have never been seen before because we didn't have room.
Right.
Then you'll continue the Marvel section. You'll see the Captain America section, the Hulk, and Thor. And then you'll go across the full-size Captain America. Then you'll go to the Spider-Man X-Men section. In there, you'll see one of the Green Goblin pumpkin bombs used in the first Spider-Man film. And a newer addition to the museum's collection, you will see Ryan Reynolds' reused Deadpool mask. He wore in the first Deadpool film.
Wow.
Which is pretty amazing. And then you'll see the rest of the Marvel section. And then you'll come across the Ghost Rider bike used by Nicolas Cage in the first Ghost Rider film. And it's only a $10 photo op charge. You can sit on the bike, and we light it up for you. You get to take a photo sitting on the Ghost Rider bike, which a lot of people love to do. And then right past that, you'll come across the Tony Stark garage scene. And you'll see the car that Robert Downey Jr. landed on the first Iron Man film.
The actual car.
The actual car, and we actually had the set done on the wall, big vinyl mural of the set with Robert Downey Jr. in your photo, so you get to lay on the car. Robert Downey Jr. is flying above you, and you have an Iron Man to the other side of you, and then on the other side of that wall is our Iron Man display that has the first print of Iron Man comic books, a replica of the Tony Stark heart, and a lot of different statues and things from Iron Man over the years. And then after you go out of the Tony Stark garage area, then you enter into the Batman area, and we have a big wall mural of the Batcave set, and then you can stand in front of that set piece and hold the Bat Bomb over your head for a photo, and then the Adam West Batman costume is also in your photo in that area. And you'll see a lot of the Batman art, including several animation cells from the Batman animated series, autographed Batman things. You'll see a couple of sketches by Bob Kane. Just some great Batman stuff. A big one whole case on the '66 television series, complete with autographs of all the cast. And then you'll see 3 big cases that start from Batman in the '30s up to present day, so all in order. And then you'll cross over, and you can take a photo with the huge Batman, the Ben Affleck Batman life-size statue. And then you'll enter into the Superman area, and then the same thing. You'll see 3 rows of cases of Superman from 1938 to present, and a lot of Superman art on the wall. And you'll see Dean Cain's Superman suit that he wore in the Lois and Clark television series. Again, a new addition that folks have never seen before. And then the next row of cases, you will see Green Lantern, Aquaman, Flash, and Wonder Woman. And then at the end of those cases, then there's a Henry Cavill Superman statue, and you can take photos with that. Then you go to the next row of cases, and that is the rest of the DC universe, pretty much. You've got Metal Man, Doom Patrol, Plastic Man, Teen Titans, Shazam, Sergeant Rock, Green Arrow, New Gods, a lot of great favorites. And then the next row of cases is Super Friends of Justice League. At the end of that case, you have the Gal Gadot full-size, life-size Wonder Woman statue. Again, lots of photo ops here. And then when you get past that, then it's our independent section. That's where you see stuff on the Thundercats and $6 Million Man and Dungeons & Dragons and Tarzan and Zorro and Mighty Mouse and Underdog, a lot of the non-Marvel, non-DC. And then the 2 cases on the other side of that is the Hanna-Barbera. And you've got and again, between all the rows of cases on the walls is original art all over the museum. And then in the center of the museum, we have 22 filing cabinets that is storing our massive comic book collection of 65,000 comic books.
Which is every superhero comic since how far back do you reach now?
1956, the beginnings of the Silver Age to present. And then, of course, we have a large Golden Age selection as well. Right.
Wow, just a lot of stuff to be seen. And again, the grand opening is at 10 a.m. on Saturday.
Yes, and then, we're expecting a lot of people this Saturday because, the celebrities that will be here. And then parking is also at the bowling alley across the street. So there's a large parking lot across the street that folks can park over there as well.
Excellent. Now let's talk about what's coming up in a couple of weeks. Of course, huge event this weekend, and now you've got yet another one coming up. It's the 3rd annual, and we can easily say annual now, Hall of Heroes Comic Con in Elkhart, and you've got some big names coming this time around. First of all, where's it going to be this year?
It is going to be at we had to move it from the Lerner because of, obviously, the locker room, because the Comic-Con is getting bigger and bigger, and more people come because we have some great guests coming out. So we moved to the Center 615 this year for the Comic-Con. It's on the corner of County Road 6 and County Road 15, and so it's a much larger event center. And what's cool about that is we can have Hollywood vehicles there this year that we couldn't do in the past 2 years. So
nice.
We'll have one of the 66 Batmobiles there. We're going to have the car from Supernatural there. We're going to have the set piece from Stranger Things. So great photo ops for people. Lots of great celebrities. We're going to have Phil Lamar, very well-known voice actor. He's done Samurai Jack, John Stewart, Green Lantern, Justice League, among, Futurama. He's been on every cartoon and video game. It seems like he's voiced somebody. We've got George Lowe, who's the voice of Space Ghost Coast to Coast. He also does different characters on Robot Chicken. He'll be one of our guests. Jackson Bostwick, the original Captain Marvel from the 70s television series. He was also on Tron. He'll be there.
I always loved the thought of Shazam traveling around in a Winnebago.
Yeah, I do. He's arriving by plane, so he won't be driving Winnebago.
Won't be driving the Winnebago.
But we will have a couple of RVs in the lot, so we maybe take some pictures of him in one of those. We also have Lori Petty coming.
I loved her in Tank Girl.
Yes, Tank Girl was a big favorite. She's on the current series Orange is the New Black. She was on League of Their Own. She also voiced Livewire in the Superman animated cartoon. So she's long list of. In fact, her and Phil both had very long resumes in the entertainment industry for goes back at least 30 years, the two of them. And then, of course, the fastest guest we have is John Wesley Shipp, the Flash himself, the Elder Flash. But he also played the original Flash in the 90s television series, and then, of course, he plays the older Flash and the Flash's father in the current series. So excited to have him. He was also on Dawson's Creek, so he has a long resume as well.
Now, you've also got some fantastic creators that are going to be there as well, including one of my favorite writers. I was talking to you the other day. I'm a big Mike Grell fan. Mike is a fantastic guest, and he's not only is he a famous comic writer for both DC and Marvel, he's been involved with the films. Right.
Some of the things in the Iron Man movies were based on some of his Iron Man stories, and he even was brought in as a consultant on some of the Iron Man films. So he's been involved with Marvel films. The Arrow television series is based on his, 80s Green Arrow, the Longbow Hunters. The whole Arrow television series is based on his work. Mike is an amazing writer and artist.
Yes.
And he's got some great stories. I've worked with him in the past a few times and done stuff on stage with Mike, and he's got some of the greatest stories. You can just spend hours sitting there talking to him or listening to him.
Yeah, and now who else have you got? Of course, you mentioned the mighty Alan Bellman. He's going to be taking some of the super soldier serum and boosting himself up to be there as well.
Yes, Alan is the oldest living comic book artist. He's age 95.
Still spry and still amazing.
Still spry. He's still got that energy. I just spoke with him a few days ago, and he's looking forward to being back here at the Hall of Heroes Con. And he is the only living Golden Age artist that's still alive today.
Wow.
And we're very excited to have him here, and we're actually excited to show him the display that we have on his career here. So I think he's going to be pretty excited to see that. Definitely, Alan is probably as bigger than any of the celebrities. I mean, he's the one guy you absolutely want to meet. Because unfortunately, 95, you might not get another chance. No, we have some very famous animators.
Yeah, I was going to say we've got Animation Alley you've got set up.
We do. That was a huge hit year one. They were booked in Germany last year, so these guys are world famous. So we couldn't bring them last year, but people loved them. We've got Phil Ortiz, who worked on The Simpsons for the first 3 seasons. He created 20 of the characters on the show, and what's cool is he actually will draw you as a Simpsons character, so people are very excited about that. And then we have Tom Cook, who worked at Hanna-Barbera. He worked on Scooby-Doo, Super Friends, Shazam, and Flintstones, Jetsons, and he was the creator of Captain Caveman, and he was the co-creator. He and Jack Kirby created Thunder the Barbarian together. So Tom, very well known. In fact, I'm pretty excited. He's got a Super Friends Legion of Doom piece he's been working on for me for about 2 years, and he assures me that he will have it here next weekend and completed for me. So I'm excited to add that on the wall in our Hanna-Barbera section. And then Mike Toth, who has worked for Walt Disney on several major animated projects. He will be here as well. And then he worked with Tom at Hanna-Barbera as well. So those 3 guys are amazing. We've got Stewart Sager, who's going to be in. He just worked on the new Kiss comic book series, and he's worked on Xena. He's worked on a lot of the indie stuff, really hot stuff the last couple of years.
And again, our good friend Scott Rosema will be on hand as well.
Scott will be here as well, absolutely, yeah.
Well, now let's, one more time, let's make sure everybody understands when and where for the Comic-Con, because again, it did move this year.
It did, yeah. We're up at the Center 615. It's still in Elkhart on the corner of County Road 6 and County Road 15, and it'll be Saturday and Sunday, September 7th and 8th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday, and then 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Sunday.
All right. Well, my friend, we will see you this weekend at the grand opening of version 2.0 of the Hall of Heroes.
Sounds good. Yeah, looking forward to showing you the place on Saturday.
Yeah, congratulations again, man. I know this is a dream that you've had for an awful long time, getting into a new space so that you could keep the museum in Elkhart.
It so desperately.
Yeah, and it's cool to see something like this exist in Elkhart, here in Michiana, and it brings people from all over the world.
It really does. I mean, if you look at our guest book, we get visitors from all over not only the United States, but outside the country as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So lots to do, and we won't keep you from it any further. Plus, we know you need to go get to the comic book store.
Oh yeah, sounds good. But we'll see you on Saturday.
All right, thanks, Alan.
You bet, bye.
That's Alan Stewart from the Hall of Heroes Superhero Museum in Elkhart, an Elkhart original now with bigger space right there on 19 on Cassopolis Street in Elkhart. Stop by, grand opening this weekend.
Michiana's Morning News with Mark McGill. Weekdays from 5 to 9 on 95.3 Michiana's News Channel.
Podcasts by Federated Media. Podcasts by Federated Media.